Hi everyone, and welcome to the Aquarius Weekly Tarot Bite reading for the week of July 10th through the 16th. I am Lauren. Hi and welcome. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for soul illumination. So we're going to be looking, this is just a quick read, about 10 minutes or so, to take a look at the energy for the week ahead for your sign, Aquarius, but based specifically on the two themes that came up in the general collective reading, which was posted for the week on Sunday. So we had TikTok and the 10 of Pentacles. Now what this specifically kind of brought up as the two themes was really looking at this future vision for ourselves, connecting to a future vision of really what we want to achieve in our lifetime, what we want to experience in the physical. What is that legacy? What is our 10 of Pentacles? And really getting to the point where we are looking at our relationship to time and maybe where we are not trusting that this will come in for us. Maybe where we're talking ourselves out of taking action towards that dream, or where we're getting frustrated that something isn't coming in for us, and we may start to feel that is that future vision for myself actually real? And so we're going to look at those energies here, Aquarius, for your sign, and we're going to pull some clarifiers to see really how these themes are affecting you this week. So Aquarius, we're going to look first at TikTok, and we're going to see what comes in for you around your relationship to time, as well as maybe where you're getting frustrated. So we have Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, and we have the Three of Pentacles. This is actually beautiful energy. This is one of getting really grounded in your long-term vision for something, what you want to grow, getting a plan in place, realizing that it is kind of slow and steady wins a race. And with the Three of Pentacles, there's a feeling of also understanding that we do it better together. There can be a sense of collaboration with the Three of Pentacles. It's also realizing that maybe what you bring to the table can be a part of what two other people or more can bring to the table, and together you are now building towards this plan in a more efficient, or even just a nicer way, because you're connecting with others. But there is a sense here with the Three of Pentacles that always gives a sense also of future vision, that there is a goal and that you are working with others to achieve that goal. So for some of you this week, this might just be that week where you're getting very clear on what are the next steps. If you're thinking of the 10 of Pentacles, what is this ultimate legacy? What am I building? What do I really want to experience in the physical? Well, this is saying get clear on what that looks like for you. Really connect to that future vision for yourself, which you can do very easily, Aquarius, because you can very easily, as the ascended air sign, really easily be able to connect to the kind of visionary aspect of our experience. But this is then grounding it in the physicality. It's like getting that checklist out and saying, okay, if I want to build that high rise, the 20-story building, then what do I need to do? How long is the process? Am I going to give myself 3 years to build this, and we're going to start by today? I've got the vision, but I need to find somebody who can write up draft a blueprint. I need to find a drafter. And then I'm going to find a general contractor who can come in and start to, it's one of those things. It's like step by step, but not talking yourself out of the long-term goal, realizing that today is like, from this point forward, every step you take on this plan is going to achieve your goal. So it's actually very positive for you, Aquarius. But it does really say focused on the physical, on your actions, on the plan, on creating the plan this week, and really getting clear as to what you want to build and how can you start to bring people into it to assist you to help it happen faster or more efficiently. Okay, so for the 10 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. Now, there has been a theme coming up, Aquarius, for you guys, and kind of changing dynamics in kind of how maybe your relationship to others, how you've kind of played maybe a softer role in your own life. And with the Emperor coming in, this is saying this is time to claim your empire. Aquarius. This is really getting into the true driver's seat, but more specifically, ascending to your throne and realizing that what is, if the Ten of Pentacles is our legacy, this is like the emperor looking out and seeing the long-term vision for his empire. What does he want? Where is the growth that he wants to see in his life? Now, 3 other cards came out here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Swords. Now, this can speak to knowing you have to leave a comfort zone, but there is the pain of the past associated with leaving that comfort zone. So Ten of Swords speaks to where we have been brought to our knees at some point in our life, where we felt like, wow, I don't think I could go any lower than this. Now, some people could be going through that now, and I, really give you kudos for, being able to be at this point, recognize it, and realizing that, when you hit that point, all you can do is go up from now, and to really be grateful for the clarity in what you're capable of and how you will grow from this point. I know I've been there, but I think for many of you, there's a feeling here of really understanding what you want to achieve to a certain level for your independence. When we think of the Nine of Pentacles here, going to the Ten of Pentacles, there's a leveling up. But there's also an understanding between these two cards that the Nine of Pentacles is really stopping to smell the flowers, stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. But it's also can get to be where we become trapped in a gilded cage, where we get too comfortable, where we are too much in the lap of luxury and an element of security. And yet there's still one more pentacle, but we have to leave our walled garden or our gilded cage in search of that 10th pentacle to bring in our true legacy. And that's really why we can never just stay stuck in a comfort zone, because ultimately we are all growing towards our highest spiritual potential, and we kind of need that dangling carrot. We can't just be like, well, this is good enough. Now, for some people, to each their own. That's part of what free will is. But for many of us, we'll get to that point where even we thought that this was it, and then we get to the point where we're bored with it, or we see that there's one extra thing that we could add that we didn't even realize was out there, and we didn't see it until we got to this point. It's almost like building the house on the hill, and you move into that house, and from that perspective on top of the hill, you see somebody else's house, 2 miles over, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know I could build a pool and I could do all of this, because I couldn't see that far. I couldn't see that next step until I built the house here on this hill. So there's something that's coming in very strongly for you, Aquarius, around that. Realizing there's a comfort zone with a High Priestess coming in. You know what that is. You know the safety and security that you're going to have to walk away from, leave, to go out and really sit on your throne. What is that 10th pentacle? What is that dangling carrot? What is it that you see on the horizon that you're ready now to leave the safety and security of something to go towards? And with the Ten of Swords, this says, for many of you, this says that this is a wrap up. Ten of Swords speaks to the end of a cycle of pain, or the end of a cycle that culminated in us having to kind of get hit a little hard with the truth of life so that we could get back in touch with our own truth. And to also really realize what we're capable of surviving. So there's something here around saying, okay, you did it. Kudos. You survived it. It was difficult. Yes, we know it was rough, but what is the truth you learned about yourself and the true strength of who you are and what you're capable of? And now how can you use that one sword? As you can see, the one sword here pierced him through, and there's a ray of light shining through, and that's the illumination from the divine, saying this is how you had to go through this to be able to see. And so there is something here around that coming through strongly as well for you guys, that there is kind of taking that illumination that came from that painful cycle, and now taking that sword and having faith and trust in it, in this new truth of what you're capable of, to go out bravely out of your walled garden or your gilded cage to say, I'm going to go 2 hilltops over, and I'm going to see what's on that ridge. I'm going to see what's over that hill, because I know there's more to my empire than this, and I'm ready to really take responsibility for that. So with the Prince of Pentacles coming in and the Three of Pentacles, this could be literally getting yourself prepared, getting those plan in place. It'd almost be like saying, okay, I'm going to leave my garden. I'm going to go out and search. I'm going to leave the safety and security of home. And what do I need to pack first to get me ready for that? And then what can I start to do to find maps that are going to lead me to that 2 hilltops over? It's kind of one of those things of getting yourself prepared to do that so that you're set up for success once you leave your security net. All right, I will leave it there, Aquarius. I think this is a very positive reading for you this week. This is one that can be very empowering through just getting the steps in place. Sometimes when we just see what needs to be done and we see the next step, it doesn't seem quite as overwhelming as it does when we just have that dream kind of hanging over here and we're like, I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to get there. And it's like, well, why don't you just first start to look at step 1? Okay, I'm going to pull up my phone and I'm going to Google map that location. Okay, Google map. I now know it is 340 miles away. Okay, now what do I need? It's like almost like backtracking. See the vision and start backtracking towards, when we think about merging our future vision with our current self, how do you backtrack from the end goal back to, okay, step. What is my step to take today? All right, I will leave it there. All right, Aquarius, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, the July tarot scope, so full tarot scope for each sign, is up on my website if you'd like to check yours out. And if I don't see you there, I will see you next week for your next Tarot Bite reading. Bye, Aquarius.